we will be working inside the cart controller, so we'll keep this file open and close everything else. In here, we want to work on the summary action method. Right here, we have to take care of 3 scenarios that we discussed. In order to do that, what we will do here is let me first add an object for application user. So we'll just call it as an empty application user. We won't be initializing that right now. Then we need our if conditions, and we will check if user is in role for the admin user. So wc.admin role. If the user is an admin user, we need to make sure that the session for inquiry is not set. If we go inside our utilities, let me go there. You can see we have the session for inquiry ID. If this is 0, that means that inquiry has not been set. So here we will check that session variable http context.session.get, and we'll be getting an integer out of our session, which is wc.session_inquiry_id. If this is not equal to 0, this means that there is an inquiry. So if cart has been loaded using an inquiry, based on that inquiry ID which is in the session, we can retrieve the name, email and phone number and assign that to our application user. So we will have the inquiry header. We'll call this as inquiry header is equal to, we will have to go to the inquiry header repository dot, we have the first dot default. We'll say u goes to u.id is equal to, and we can copy this right here and paste it. So that will retrieve the inquiry from the database. Once we have the inquiry, we can populate or initialize our application user object, and we will assign only 3 properties. First is the email, next we have the full name, and we have phone number. Those are the only 3 properties we are displaying inside the summary. So this takes care of the scenario if cart has been loaded using an inquiry. Else, if the cart has not been loaded using an inquiry, we will just set it to a new empty application user, because this means that the user is admin user and they are trying to place an order for a customer who has walked into the store. So the name, email and phone number should be empty. Next part that we have is what we have to do if this is not an admin user. If this is not an admin user, we'll find out the details about the logged in customer using our claims identity, and we will assign the application user using our user repo. We'll find out all the details about that user. So we'll say u goes to u.id is equal to claim.value. I'll cut this other way of retrieving the user ID and paste that here for reference. So with this, let's run our application and test all the 3 scenarios. So let me click no here. Let's see the error. So that's inside the summary here. We already have the object. So let's assign application user to our view model that we have populated inside this block. Let's run our application and test all the 3 scenarios. We are logged in as an admin user. Let me add few items to the cart. If we go to our cart and hit continue, this time all the 3 fields should be empty. Perfect. Let's go to inquiry and let's convert an existing inquiry and add that to shopping cart, and let's hit continue. This time it will show us the details of the user that submitted the inquiry. This is looking good. Let's log out and log in as a customer. Here, if we add few items, we have 5 already in the cart. Let's hit continue, and the details are for the user that has logged in. With this, we can see all the 3 scenarios are working as expected.